Hi, this is Gary Lavine. I'm here with Justine Kmiecik, and we're talking about what brings her to Venture Cafe. So, Justine, what brought you here tonight?
Sure. So this is my first time in the Venture Cafe. To be honest, I actually didn't hear about this before, and I'm visiting from North Carolina. I happen to be in the area talking to some investors. I was talking to the Investors Collaborative I guess about an hour ago. Had a meeting with them in one of these rooms and ventured out, and there was a wonderful sort of networking event going on. So
wow, so you just stumbled into it.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. Everyone here is very friendly. So again, I'm from a company called BaseTrace, and we're basically making DNA tracers. So taking small bits of DNA, adding them to industrial fluid systems in things like fracking and nuclear power generation, so they can act like liquid barcodes, and so we can trace contamination and leaks. So we've been making a lot of traction, but since we're in North Carolina, it's been great for business and the nuclear side of things. But there aren't that many investors around the area. So Boston, we've heard, is a great place for investors understand biotechnology, and so we came here, and sounds like this is a great community here.
So you came for the educated investors.
Yes.
Interesting. And how's it been for you?
It's been great. We've been having some really productive conversations with the folks here. My background is actually biology from Harvard too, so I've been also reconnecting with some of the contacts there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So what are you looking for? I mean, what's the fantasy investor?
Well, right now we are trying to raise, it's really our first equity round of investment. So Series A, $1 million. We're looking for something in the sort of 2 to 3.5 pre-money valuation range. So really something kind of in the angel or kind of seed stage VC part, and trying to just meet as many people as we can while I'm here.
So what's your journey been? I mean, how did you get to this point?
Sure.
You were at Harvard studying biology, and
right.
Now you sound like a venture capitalist.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I had published some papers in gastroenterology before. I thought I'd want to do medical research, and instead, while at Harvard, started being really interested in ecology and ecosystems. Started shifting towards that. Went to grad school at Duke to do a master's of environmental management. And while I was there, fracking was a really big controversial topic in North Carolina. So started focusing on that. Found just a really great team of co-founders. So we now have backgrounds in engineering, business, regulatory law, biogeochemistry, all sorts of different backgrounds. Turns out the former CTO of Halliburton happened to be in the area as well, so he's one of our advisors actually. Just some really great kind of technologies, and we're in a wet lab incubator out in Research Triangle Park called First Flight Venture Center, and so they've been really good to us, and we've just...
How'd you meet this team of founders?
They were all in former classmates from Duke. So we all graduated back in 2012, and we've been really working on this technology and this company ever since then. So far we've managed to raise $325,000, kind of bootstrapping it, and now trying to raise sort of the next round so we can really grow this. We've earned some small revenue last year from our first nuclear power plant. We're working with a second one right now. We think we can really grow this to get some repeated revenue in both nuclear and oil and gas with this investment round. So that's what we're working on right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the whole entrepreneurial journey?
Oh gosh, well, it's definitely a roller coaster. It's just very exciting. I think my favorite part is just being able to learn so much kind of on the ground. Originally, again, when I was at Harvard, I was very academic and thought I would just do research and kind of keep my head down and didn't learn how to network, didn't really know anything about business, and it's been a process through being at Duke and being sort of thrown headfirst in all of this.
So what was, how have you done it? How did you pick up all these new skills on the fly?
It's been really great to have a very supportive network. We've been really lucky in the Research Triangle area to have mentors and advisors who've guided us through all of this, who have the experience of, for example, starting a nanotechnology company from scratch. That's another one of our advisors, and people who've sort of brought those skills and helped us out with that. And now we're really trying to branch out beyond North Carolina now, beyond the sort of Research Triangle area, and get connected to folks in Boston. And so this is how I found myself in the Venture Cafe. And
that brings, there you go. If you want to connect in Boston, it's Venture Cafe.
Yeah, it's really great. I was just meeting with some other people from another, I guess I forgot the name of the VC. Just a lot of different folks here. So this is really useful. It's
great. So how would you like the story to end? What's the end game?
End game. I guess we hope to find ourselves in the next 5 years to be able to really position ourselves to say that we've raised this round of funding, we've grown to have repeated revenue and sales cycles, and be able to hopefully have a strategic exit with a company like, the dream really is a company like either Ecolab or GE, someone who has the capacity to take this technology to all the different places where we see that it can be very useful. Because again, if you imagine what barcoding has done for the retail and manufacturing industry, this is really, I think, what we can bring to bigger, just more powerful systems, and in energy production answer all these questions that people have right now about what's happening with drinking water in their land and wastewater and all those processes. So
interesting.
We want to see it be out there in the world, and that's sort of, I think, beyond more than just money or selling the company. That's where we want to see it be used.
Then what's next? You're going to go find some other cool technology, or?
Maybe. Right now I'm something that I just kind of like have a big interest in. I don't know if I'll actually pursue this, but it's tidal stream generators. Wind turbines are something that have some limited capacity because of the current wind speeds and locations, and being able to predict sort of the regularity of it, but a lot of that's actually solved with tidal stream generators. I'd like to see that here in the U.S.
Nice.
I don't know,
So
dreaming really big.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And on that note, I think we'll conclude. This is Gary Lavine with Justine Kmiecik, coming to you from Venture Cafe.